So Infinity War happened, and that has also resulted in another fan theory of mine debunked, and debunked hard. Look at us over here seeing patterns in things that aren't actually there. That makes it what? 1 out of 14 correct fan theories? Sure. Winning. That's fine though. Theories exist to be disproven. I don't think predicting the end of stuff is ever the actual end game. You know, being wrong is just part of the fun of whatever fandom is. So anyway, on to the next 4.
Let's go.
You know who I want to talk about? Fucking Tom Nook, dude. I owe that raccoon a lot of money. Weirdest bit is, I didn't even ask for a house in this fucking town. I don't know how I got here, or why I'm the only token human in the town, but gosh, they're just so cute and fluffy. Uh-oh, fan theory. In Animal Crossing, you, the protagonist, are in purgatory. Passed on to the next life by Rover, the feline spirit guide. Welcome to the afterlife, motherfucker. Welcome to Heaven's Waiting Room, your fun, flowery and harmless waiting room. A place that you, let's be honest, cannot escape, where you must help others to gain items of material value. Sometimes you get letters from your mother saying weird stuff like, I heard your voice in the wind and it spooked me a little. Maybe when you get things in the mail from her, that's her leaving things at your grave in tribute. Man, I'm really overthinking this. In short, is it a good fan theory? Do we buy it? I'm gonna say no. Sorry, hashtag game theory, I think this one's quite weak for one big reason. Just because Animal Crossing and the macabre don't match. The internet digs this shit, man. Oh, player is in a coma, your town is a concentration camp. Yeah, that's a fucking Animal Crossing theory. Like, Jesus. Animal Crossing was designed to ease homesickness, and generally be the tale of a sweet, sweet boy. Whilst I like the idea that all dogs go to heaven, I'm just gonna go ahead and pencil that in as a 1. It was all a dream, is the biggest fucking cliche. But a gothic afterlife version of Animal Crossing? Dude, that's just a dope game idea. For your own original game. Get on that. Theory number 2. Daleks. The Dockman and the Daleks span back like 55 years of television and have fought across all of time. Their histories are interconnected. The far future, the past. But in the face of death, destruction, disintegration and war, these guys always manage to come out alive. Inexplicably, they will always return. It doesn't matter how many times the Doctor tries. One time, the Doctor was even sent to avert their very creation, and somehow they are still about. Both the Doctor and the Daleks are guilty of mucking around with each other's timelines to an insane degree. I have a theory. The real world reason why the Daleks always return is because they are fan favourites. You can't kill off the fucking Daleks. But what if there was a giant paradoxical reason as well? I mean, the real world answer? It's that the Daleks are too popular to kill off. Because putting that aside for a second, you gotta wonder.
How did you survive the Time War?
They survived through me.
Okay, but how? Sometimes we don't get any explanation as to how these motherfuckers keep on surviving. Against all of the odds, a lone Dalek fell out of the Time War and into Van Staden's vault. Because, you know, reasons. Constantly these guys manage to break the established rules of their world. How? What if the reason the Doctor and the Daleks always survive is because they are linked? The Daleks can't die because the Doctor can't die. The world won't let the Doctor die because paradoxically their fates are intertwined. It makes a little bit of sense. The Daleks have time travel. The Doctor is peppered throughout all of their entire history. What if at this point they have to coexist? It's a new idea, and it's not even an existing fan theory. This is mine. I made this one up, and I'm actually submitting it as a short story idea for Big Finish. So in the tiny chance that this gets accepted and published under the Doctor Who brand, Sam Davis will be making Doctor Who canon, boy! Now, that's not actually going to happen, but the fact that it could is the appeal of fandom to me. The fact that fans go on to be inspired to become the creators. And then I get to pencil that in myself as a 5 out of 5 on the... That'd be so fucking facetious. And also very, very lame. But in short, it is a good way to apply an inverse explanation for the show's longevity and the Daleks' staying power and ability to reproduce. It's non-canon, but hey, maybe that'll change someday. 4 out of 5. A biased 4 out of 5. Number 3, we had a TV show, we had a video game, let's have us an anime. Volleyball anime, otherwise known as Haikyuu. In Haikyuu, our main volleyball boy is the team's shortest player, which for volleyball I imagine is a big difficulty. But Hinata remains inspired by a mysterious figure, the Little Giant. Another vertically challenged player who's the stuff of legend in their strange, volleyball-focused world. For some reason though, this character's face is always shrouded in mystery. Is the Little Giant going to be somebody important? I don't know. Is Naruto's dad the fourth Hokage? This theory posits that we have already met the Little Giant. Why would his face be covered if he wasn't someone we, the audience, would automatically recognise? And even though he pretends he's unfamiliar with the game, I think this character is hiding in plain sight as the team's advisor. The manager, even. Takeda is the Little Giant. And yeah, I like it. Visually, they check out, the age gap is about right, Seiko was in the same year as him. It works! We don't know the reason for Takeda's random passion for running the club, and this could be a great explainer for that. My only issue is that for someone who was famously on TV, surely somebody would have recognised him. I doubt Hinata watched this entire TV show from the back of his head. Like, yeah, these orange boys might not be the brightest, but I'd like to think that even ditzy Hinata would know if he were face to face with his childhood hero. Maybe Takeda is just a relative. Maybe Seiko in the older years are in on it. Maybe there's some Clark Kent glasses logic going on here. Either way, Karasuno is in for a shock. Otherwise 3 entire seasons of foreshadowing falls apart. Then again, maybe we're all wrong. I don't know, it just seems a bit too obvious. But hey, maybe because it's too obvious, maybe that's what they'll do and then it'll be a double fake out. Fucking hell, it's Obito Uchiha all over again. 3 out of 5. Woo! And lastly, number 4. I've stopped being a pussy lately and binge-watched the entire Insidious franchise. Wow, was I missing out on 2 great films, followed by 2 films. But no matter how good they are, these films are densely linked. Hashtag trigger warning, if you don't like the spooks or the scares, just turn away from the screen, I'll keep talking. In Insidious 3, Elise kicks the shit out of this ghost. This ghost though is actually very, very relevant if you've seen the previous 2 movies. This one action in Insidious Chapter 3 causes the entire series to start. In short, the worst ghost in the series is actually probably the main villain. And that's our theory. The black ghost, Black Knight ghost? No, that's Scooby-Doo. The black dress ghost is actually behind everything. Now, forgive me if you haven't seen these, but the ordering of these movies are nuts. Really, it goes the 3rd movie first, then the 4th movie, then the 1st, and then the 2nd. Because, fuck chronology, I guess. 3 and 4 act as prologues. Both of these movies tease the red lipstick demon, the terrifying Darth Maul motherfucker from the first film. But what if Parker Crane, the bride, goes body snatching just so she can get revenge on Elise? Do ghosts hold grudges? Well, Parker Crane was actually once a human himself, so he just wants to return to the physical realm. And the 2 of them plan to lead humans into the further dimension, giving Crane his/her chance to strike. That makes sense to me. But then again, I do also love the idea, the image of these 2 chatting and plotting with each other, and the theory actually adds up. You see, the lipstick demon doesn't actually need a boy's body, since he was never part of the material human realm to begin with. But the first thing that the bride does with her new body is to kill Elise, because maybe that was her goal all along. Now, I found this one on Reddit, so all Reddit credit to Iced That Guy and his infinite wisdom. But do I buy it? Can I see these 2 working together as business partners? Or did Parker Crane just sort of stalk along? We don't know a lot about the further, but we know that it has some sort of hierarchy. We're never really told enough to know whether the demons are buds. Do they hang out? I don't know. This guy doesn't really strike me as an independent contractor. What would he stand to gain out of this? The first film also clearly states that Red Boy here is in charge of the further. How do you even pay a demon, anyway? Really, this is a new way to retroactively stitch the works of two completely different directors together and say it was genius the whole time. And I appreciate that, but it just ain't happening. 1 and 2 are such good movies, and they have so little to do with the 3rd and 4th movies. Not even in terms of content, just the way they were made. Like, James Wan back in 2010 did not know his movie was going to get a sequel. Never mind 3. There's no way he could have predicted, would have predicted, that it all tells one big story. Especially as a very different director took over the 3rd and 4th movies, and you can tell. And the only reason that Parker Crane and the Lipstick Demon show up in these movies are for cheap callbacks. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. The Insidious movies have always been very playful. The second film interacts with the first film, it's genius. But sadly, this theory, just like the franchise, doesn't have enough of that James Wan genius in it. These films only give the impression that they're all very interwoven. And if James Wan had directed all 4 of them, this could have been a possibility. Ah well, never mind. 2 out of 5. Thank you for joining me with this 4 theory speed round. There'll probably be another one very, very soon. I'm full of them. I'm doing a dissertation on this shit, boy. Yeah, like a scholarly text. No, it's not a waste of time. Why'd you even say that?